Is it something you've heard about? Schools. Let's speak to the mum in question. Good evening. Introduce yourself. Hasn't perhaps had that much coverage. 9:32 Sunday night here on the African Caribbean Experience. So let's talk about the concept of homeschooling. Is it something you've heard about, considered? Well, for one family, they made the decision, they say, to protect their children's emotional and physical well-being after experiencing quite a few challenges in state schools. Let's speak to the mum in question. Good evening. Introduce yourself.
Hi, good evening. My name's Sabrina Salmi. I'm a mother of 5 entrepreneurial children and the author of #Homeschooling.
Briefly, thanks for taking time, Sabrina. Could you share with us what sort of events led to your decision to homeschool your children?
There was countless events over the years, but the tipping point for me was that my child was attacked twice with scissors, once in the playground, once in the classroom. My son was told that he couldn't use the toilet and was left to soil himself in the classroom. And there was racial remarks, but nothing was really being dealt with. I felt like I was going round in circles, and I was concerned of the impact it will have on them emotionally and physically.
And when you decided to make the switch to homeschooling, how did you prepare yourself from an educational perspective to deliver a range of topics in the educational arena?
Well, thankfully for us, because of our network, we had some connections at Brunel University. Leslie Warren was an absolute earth angel. So my kids go up to Brunel University. They participate in master classes. They're actually the first ever homeschooled students there. And my youngest son is the youngest ever STEM ambassador. So they participate in things such as master classes in engineering. They're currently doing the computer science engineering. They're doing law in summer. So it was really about getting them out and about. So we don't just sit at home. We do have tutors like maths, English, like the standard subjects, but we do a lot of immersive learning. They also run workshops at Virgin Money Lounge. They also run workshops at the foundation, at Chelsea Football Club Foundation. So they run workshops there. One of my sons teaches teenagers how to trade online. So I wanted it to be a very immersive experience so they can have experiential learning, key life lessons, things that they wouldn't necessarily be able to access in school.
So if I could ask you to just clarify, when you say the tutors do the key subjects, so are you saying that you have tutors to come in and do the bulk of the education, or have you skilled yourself up to do some of the topics as well? Yes, I don't, there's things that I do, so I deal with, so my background is in entrepreneurship, so all of that aspects we do as a family. But yes, I have maths tutors that come in and tutor them. I have English tutors, but we do varied. We go out to different institutions, such as namely Brunel University, because I really want them to have an enrichment program. I don't want it to just be very standard. I guess for me as a parent is that the world I'm preparing my children for doesn't exist yet. So I want them to be on the leading edge of where they can go in their life and be very expansive in that respect. And when you're talking about 5 children, that's a challenge in itself to homeschool. Have all 5 been homeschooled?
Yes, they have. So my daughter, unfortunately, this bullying issue in schools has been going on for far too long. I spoke to a gentleman that encountered it as long as 40 years ago. So my eldest daughter had to miss a year and a half of school for a very similar issue. So for me, it was just a case of how can I actually enrich them. So I've never really been a parent that just sends my children to school. I'll always send them to school, but they always did extracurricular activities. They've been running workshops since a very young age. They've always been participating in public speaking. They publish their own books. They've also set up their own publishing houses so they can actually publish books for other children.
And what tips might you have for parents who are thinking that might be an educational avenue they'd like to pursue in the homeschooling arena?
I would definitely say that it's really important to do the research and immerse yourself into support systems. So I am a member of various homeschooling networks, both on social media such as Facebook and WhatsApp. But this is why I felt so passionate about writing the book #Homeschooling, is that there are some key
essences of homeschool they must be aware of. They need to know how to remove their children from school in the formal way. They need to know what are the bodies, what to expect, what is the processes. But because obviously we're dealing with children, it's a very sensitive area. Different boroughs expect you to do different things. So this is why I was so passionate about sharing our story. Like, how did we transition and what are the key aspects that I needed to learn? So definitely reach out to us. We're all over social media, but get a copy of the book. The book really is a guide on what we needed to put in place in order for it to make it happen. And also we're working with Brunel University to create some unique homeschooling programs that are going to enrich the lives of so many families that will literally transform the trajectory of their future.
Really interesting. Schooling at Home. Sabrina
Yes.
Ben Salmi, my apologies.
Ben Salmi.
Thank you for taking time to talk to us about your experiences as a mum who's taking children out of the normal setting and school them at home, and writing about it in the new book, which is available now, Homeschooling. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me.